What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with the latest news and reports coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As we know, Marvel Phase 4 is a freaking mess. It's all over the place. They don't know what they're doing. They don't really have any characters left. So let's get into it. So, at the 100,000 subscriber marker, we'll be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a Switch. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Please, it helps the YouTube algorithm. Also, like the video. It helps me out more than you ever know. So, one thing I'm doing at the start of every video is I'm going to start debunking all these fake stories out there. So yesterday we debunked the Hulk Universal rights are back. No, the rights for Hulk are still with Universal. The report was absolute rubbish. And also in the news, there's a lot of people sharing the story that Iron Man said he's going to return. Robert Downey Jr. is currently on a tour because his latest movie, Doolittle, has come out. So he's always getting asked questions about will he return or won't he return? Well, yes. They're baiting people again. These articles, these videos, they're all baiting people saying, Robert Downey Jr. said he'll return, and no, he's not returning. He didn't say anything. Essentially, in the original interview, he said Marvel's doing their own thing now. It's different. He was referring to the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and all that kind of stuff. And some people have taken that as, yeah, he's returning in Phase 5 because he wants Marvel to do his own thing. Now, if he does return to do some voice acting, maybe for the AI, for Riri Williams, like Ironheart suit, maybe he could return in that capacity, but Robert Downey Jr. is never going to return. So he said recently in a Joe Rogan podcast that if the story was really compelling, then he would return, and that's it. The same thing that obviously Chris Evans, who played Captain America, and Chris Evans said the same. He doesn't play Chris Evans. He doesn't play Chris Evans. That is his real name. I mean, Steve Rogers. He said the same thing, that if the story was compelling, then he would return. But then again, if either of these characters return, then it destroys the ending they had. So cool. Fake news is over. So I want to talk about this story. So last week, Christian Bale was confirmed to be Beta Ray. No, he wasn't confirmed to be Beta Ray Bill. Guys, please, if you see a YouTube video, if you see a news website, if anyone says something, question them. Where did this come from? Did this come from Marvel? Did this come from Warstu? Did this come from Kevin Feige? No, then it's fake news. So essentially, there is a YouTuber called Comics Explained, Rob. He's got 1.8 million subscribers. I was sent this video yesterday, and it is pretty interesting. So full creditation to him. Hopefully, he doesn't really mind me talking about what he talked about, because we're only literally taking the main context, which is 20 seconds or so. So essentially, he said the report about Christian Bale being Beta Ray Bill is incorrect. This is like my comments, because obviously that story wasn't confirmed by anyone. It was just Deadline Variety saying, yeah, he's in talks. Guys, I've been in talks to play a Marvel role for the last 5 years, but nothing's ever transpired about that. So, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. So essentially he's saying that Norman Osborn is going to be Christian Bale, or could be Christian Bale. He said he had it on good authority that there's 3 scenes. He didn't confirm or like deny. He didn't say, oh, it's 100% happening. He says, I have on good record that this could be happening. This could be the Rattler going down. So Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, to appear in Thor 4. Sounds pretty mental. Now, everyone thought that Christian Bale was going to be playing the Space Horse. That is Beta Ray Bill. And Christian Bale doesn't really do like work like that, because he'd have to be in either CGI or costume, or it's like a Mandalorian kind of role where your face is the outline. So I never believed that story. But you know, the internet is the way it is. Warstu is Beta Ray Bill, and then it goes viral. Stuff like that. You can literally write anything and people believe you. So I don't really think he is gonna be Beta Ray Bill. Norman Osborn is very interesting, because as you know, they are teasing the Sinister Six in the Morbius universe, which is the Venom universe, which basically means Spider-Man can go over to the Sonyverse. But then again, JJJ from the Daily Bugle is also going across, so, and also Vulture is. So it's almost like it's one shared universe, but people still hate the Sony universe. Marvel fanboys, no offense if I'm talking about you, are so salty. Now, when this broke, there was so much hate on Twitter going, oh, I can't believe Marvel's not done anything, right? Sony are just allowed to use whatever characters they want, so to speak, within reason. If they don't quote the Avengers or anything that happened, they can quote anything that happened in Spider-Man 3. That is why there is a Morbius scene where Jared Leto's character, Michael, is walking and it says murderer. Why do you think they've used the Spider-Man PS4 Sammy Raimi suit? Because they own it, so to speak, because obviously Sony owns Insomniac Games, which is the company that makes the Spider-Man PS4 game. So in theory, they're building the Sinister Six. So what happened with Far From Home was realistically, this happened, I was told it by two sources that went to a screener and seen the Norman Osborn teaser. We never got to see his face. I've been called a liar about this story, but this legitimately happened. It was there. Kevin Feige's never officially addressed it and won't, but it was filmed, you know? So essentially there was a Sinister Six Oscorp Tower building set up at the end of Far From Home, but it got axed. Don't know why it got axed. So this story that Robert from Comics Explained is saying, I will leave the video link down below, guys. Let him know I sent you over. It seems legit. I mean, I didn't watch the whole video. I watched it, like the meat of it, the kind of bit that just told you that from what he's been told, Christian Bale is actually playing Norman Osborn. Now, it would make a lot of sense, but it all depends on the sharing arrangement, because if they're going to introduce Norman Osborn in an MCU movie such as Thor Love and Thunder, then the sharing arrangement is obviously two ways. It obviously means that Marvel's going to allow them to use other Sony characters inside their movies. Because if they are teaming up the Sinister Six, it can't just be for Spider-Man, can it? No. Now we know Spider-Man 3 is shooting next summer. Okay, scrap that. We're in 2020. It's shooting this summer. I thought we were still in 2019. You know. So essentially, they're shooting this summer. And now that there's some details have come out, I don't know if you've seen, they are shooting in multiple locations. They are shooting in America. They are shooting in Europe, in Iceland. Well, at least I think Iceland's still in Europe. So it's interesting. So now people are thinking the old rumor. You know, careful for rumors, guys. Now there is a location that has been listed as Iceland, New York, Atlanta, which is Atlanta is essentially where they film most of Marvel stuff, and LA. So obviously this would set the scene for Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman, to play Kraven the Hunter. Now this casting notice, I don't know, well, it's a location notice. It's interesting because it lists Amy Pascal's email address. It lists a lot of Marvel email addresses if this is legit. So that would tee up, obviously, Kraven the Hunter for Spider-Man 3. But if you were going to introduce Norman Osborn, would you not do it during Spider-Man 3? Because, you know, Thor Love and Thunder, Thor 4 is coming out after Spider-Man 3. Now, I do believe the story. I do think Christian Bale would play that character, or he would play someone like Adam Warlock. Like I said, guys, like multiple times, just because a YouTube video says, Beta Rate Bill confirmed to be Christian Bale. It doesn't matter if a video's got hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views. Check the sources of a video. It doesn't matter how big a YouTuber is, content creator is, Twitch streamer is, Twitter account is, Instagram account. Question their source. If it's someone insider and they go, yeah, my source said, 99% of the time, guys, stuff's wrong. How many times in history has there been false reports? Avengers 4 is called Annihilation. No. Galactus news coming soon. No. All this ludicrous stuff from insiders, guys, just question them. If an insider will not tell you specifically where it came from, my source is not good enough in 21st century. So, guys, just be more careful with the sources used. Even Deadline gets things wrong. You know, just because it's from Variety or Deadline and they've got loads of employees doesn't mean anything. So it's interesting. So let me know. Do you think this is true, that Christian Bale could be playing Norman Osborn in the MCU? I really think this is cool, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going, no, he can't do this. He played the greatest Batman ever, but that really doesn't make any sense, does it? It doesn't matter if he is playing a villain or a hero. Beta Ray Bill is a space horse, and he would have to play like a Mandalorian kind of role where he's even CGI or he's in a costume or he's got a helmet on all the time. So I really don't like to get behind that, but he could be playing the Minotaur. He could be playing many other roles, but I mean, I believe the story that he's definitely in talks, but like I said, your boy Warstu's been in talk for 5 years to play a role in the MCU, and it's still not happened for me. So anything's possible in the age of the internet. So guys, like always, let me know everything that you think down below about Robert Downey Jr. basically just being nice and saying, yeah, I could do, but realistically, I'm not going to do. I will leave the link down below to Comic Explain's story where he goes into more depth about this. I get not really a scoop, but this information is interesting. But I want to give accreditation to original source as it was sent this by multiple people. So like always, guys, let me know. Is Kraven the Hunter going to be Jason Momoa in Spider-Man 3? That would be cool. Morbius star teases crossover. No, what's happening is an FBI agent played by Tyrese Gibson. I always say his name wrong on purpose. He is said to a friend, and it got on a news station podcast about 6 months ago. We did a video back then that essentially he was told that he's got 2 roles on an MCU contract on the same contract. So whatever role he's playing in Morbius, he can play it in like a Spider-Man movie or something like that down the road. But it just seems to me that this massive sharing arrangement is much bigger than everyone originally thought. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, as that really helps the YouTube algorithm. It really helps this channel. I really want to do a lot of good things on this channel. So if there is any other content you want me to cover, I am covering a lot of stuff and trying to cover more DC at the moment because there is more DC Cinematic Universe information. There is Marvel. Like I said, guys, Marvel is pretty dry. Warstu, why didn't you cover the latest Black Widow trailer? Because nothing happened in the new trailer. Yeah, of course. Yes, I've seen the Taskmaster scenes. I do want to address the kind of Taskmaster is Hawkeye. Taskmaster is, I mean, there's even a weird theory going around about Taskmaster being Athena from the Eternals. No, he's not Hawkeye. Hawkeye was on house arrest, so no. All these Hawkeye theories are so lame. So it is interesting. And yes, I did see the part where, you know, it looked like Black Widow had a red test tube in her hand. Was it the pin particles? Was it the super serum? Is she Captain America? Come on, someone confirm it. Or was it just red hair dye? Is she dyeing her hair? I know. I guarantee some people are going to do a video on Black Widow, time travel. Oh, pin particles in Black Widow proves the X-Men are coming. No, I might actually use that for the video title, but no, guys, it's just a hair dye, maybe. I don't know. I read someone say it on Twitter. I thought it's quite funny, but no, we're not going to do a video about that. I'm trying to be more sensible with the videos we do. Like I said, guys, I prefer to do a show. I don't just want to cover one story. I want to do a show. I want to cover 5 to 7 stories in the same video, rather than doing a really long-winded 10-minute video about one thing. I want to cover all the daily stories in one single video for Marvel, because there isn't really much to talk about in Marvel. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Check me out on Twitter at Warstu. That will be cool. At WWarstu, sorry, because someone's robbed my handle. And then also Warstu on Instagram. The handles are always in the left and right corner at the bottom of the screen. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.